Hi, this is Lena Shea and Iowa Mom, and I love taking zucchini and transforming it into these delicious zucchini muffins. First, I wash the zucchini and cut the ends off. If it's small like this, I don't need to peel it. If it's huge, I will need to do that and get rid of the seeds. Now I'm just cutting it into small enough pieces that it will fit easily in the chute of my food processor to grate this. You can grate it by hand, but I love using my new food processor for that process. I'm going to make quick work of grating that zucchini. I need a cup for my recipe, and I do pack it in. To store the excess, you can put it in a baggie, roll it on itself to press out the excess air. I can store it in the refrigerator if I'm going to use it in a few days, or put it in a freezer baggie and freeze it for up to 3 months. I'm preheating the oven for 350. I'm going to prepare enough muffins for 12 with a little cooking spray. Now I'm getting ready 2 bowls, one for wet ingredients and one for dry. Use 1½ cups flour. Sprinkle it into the measuring cup to make an accurate measure, or weigh it. 1/4 cup sugar. 1 teaspoon baking soda. Now make sure it's baking soda and not baking powder. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon salt. Now we're going to thoroughly mix the dry ingredients together before we add them to the wet ingredients. Now in a separate bowl, we're going to mix all of our wet ingredients. 1 egg, 1/2 cup vegetable oil, 1/4 cup milk, 1 tablespoon lemon juice. And we have to have the lemon juice to activate the soda. 1 teaspoon vanilla. Now we're going to mix the wet. The next 2 ingredients are optional, but I love them. I'm using a 1/2 cup of dark chocolate chips, and then I'm going to top off my cup measure with a 1/2 cup of pecans. We'll set that aside with our zucchini and add at the very last. Now I'm going to pour in the center of my dry ingredients the wet stuff. We're going to stir just until the dry ingredients are moistened with the wet. Don't overstir or it'll make it tough. And you can see how it's just barely mixed. That's when we stop. We will add the chocolate, the pecans if you're adding them, and we have to add zucchini. So we don't overwork the batter, we're just going to pull that batter over top of those extra ingredients. We call that folding. Now that the soda is activated, we need to get these in the muffin tins as soon as possible. We're going to fill each muffin about 2/3 full, and I like using this ice cream scooper. A full scoop is just a little too much, so I just wipe off the excess, and it doesn't take very long to get all these ready to go. If some are too full, I can always just take a little out and add it to one that's not too full. The oven's set at 350. And I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. Pull them out. We're going to test to see if they're done by poking the center with a toothpick. If you pull it out and there's a little bit of dough left on the toothpick, it's not done and needs to bake for another 5 minutes. These are done. Right, cooling rack. And we're going to let those set for about 5 minutes before we take them out. Flip them onto that cooling rack. And I arrange them on the drying rack so they all fit. They can be eaten right away, warm, or you can let them cool and then put them in a bag for later. The zucchini makes these muffins very moist and gives more nutrition as well. This is Lena Shea and Iowa Mom. Thanks for watching. On YouTube.com and Iowa Mom videos, select the video tab to find a whole list of helpful videos.